Saya Dr. Diana binti Usman, pakar kanak-kanak dari MSU Medical Center, Shah Alam. When you see people sick, getting sick, they get better. Once they get better, you know the smile on their faces, So I want to be the one, helping out in getting that smile. So it's always been, something that inspires me to help others. So minat has always been there. Minat, I memang minat dari dulu. And then on top of that pun, around my father passed away from a heart disease at a young age. I was only 18 at that age. So I had to take care of him. So that helped me also, motivated me to pursue my career in medicine. That feeling of giving up has never been there. Never. In fact, I've always asked myself, and then in fact, doa. I always said, how can I overcome this problem? How can I overcome my issues? How can I overcome, especially in getting a diagnosis? Let's say if I can't get a diagnosis for a patient, I don't know what is wrong with the patient, we'll try, we have to strive to, we need to treat them properly. We're not just simple bagi ubat and let's see what it is and all that. So you need to get to the root of things. So, and of course, along the way, I've experienced so many difficulties, especially when I was in the government services. I can basically write a book on it, the experiences that I had. It's just so wonderful, and I feel that has made me a better person. When you handle patients from all walks of life, their kesusahan diorang, kesengsaraan diorang, you feel part of them. You try to put yourself in their shoes sometimes, just to feel, so that you can have a feeling of how it feels to be on the other side. So yes, I've never thought of giving up. It's something. In fact, it's something that I bersyukur sangat until sekarang, yang I can still give my services to the people. I was in charge of managing SCAN cases. SCAN stands for SCAN, Suspected Child Abuse and Neglect. As for the children, they will be admitted under a special ward, and we will, let's say, if cases that needs to be reported, police reports and everything. So we will sit down with the police officers, the investigating officers, the IOs, just to tell you that I pernah kena threatened. Actually, it's not the first time. Many times, couple of times, I've been threatened by fathers, especially fathers, yang, of course, because you make the report. You katakan you abuse anak you. Then after that, of course, they come storming after you. In fact, there was one, this was over the phone. Somehow I answered the phone. I don't know how the father could actually contacted the clinic. And then I think, my nurses just directed the phone to my room. And dia kata, doktor, kalau saya jumpa doktor, saya bunuh doktor. He had to get involved di pegawai kebajikan. So pegawai kebajikan said that okay, they could go home, and that was because also this father has actually gone to the office, seen the officer many times, harassing and all that. So finally they also couldn't take it. They said, okay, just let go. But my boss said, no, you can't, Diana, because if you do, something's bad will happen. So I had to lari, dia kejar, dia cari I. Same thing, dia nak pukul, dia nak bantai. So but good thing was my nurses were very nice. Dia orang suruh I dekat dalam pediatric ICU. So, I was living in fear during that time. But of course, each time those episodes happen, what we do is we do make police reports again to protect ourselves. All these things, there's so many things I can tell you. I can just name out things one by one. But looking at society, it's such a sad thing because it's happening amongst us. And sad to see that it happens a lot during, in dalam orang kata kaum kita, right? Kaum lain tak banyak, mungkin tak banyak sangat yang kita orang dapat report. Mungkin I don't know whether they don't come forward or what, but it occurs in our own, yang supposedly agama mengajar setiap individu tu, but the institusi rumah tangga tu memang dah hancur dekat situ lah. So it's something really sad, and it's something that we should look into it, because the future of these children, would depend, the nation depends on them. The word hero doesn't come to our head, doesn't come to our mind at all, because what we do is lillahi ta'ala, okay, kerana Allah. So of course we don't expect anything much. sometimes even a thank you, maybe that would be good, but really, we don't expect anything as long as the children get better. Because I'm being a projection, okay, I want the kids to get better. Do you want to have a happy life and a better life? Just to tell you, kita orang kena maki hamun tu biasa. Especially kat government, when I was in the government sector. Of course, you feel hurt at the same time, you feel sad, you tried so hard. But at the same time that you know that, you need to, I've prepared myself. Mentally, physically, I know that I will face all this. So what we do is we confide in our colleagues, my bosses, let's say if we have problems, we actually discuss what we can do. That's why we have our usual meetings and usually we have our discussions, right? So yes, it does affect tipu lah kalau tak kata dia memang mengganggu, tapi sebanyak mana benda tu boleh mengganggu kita tu bergantung kepada kita punya daya kita sendiri, perasaan kita sendiri. Seperti saya kata, apa yang kita buat ni is lillahi ta'ala. So kalau kita ingat tu, insya-Allah Allah bagi bantuan, Allah perkuatkan kita dan perkasakan kita punya perasaan, pelihara perasaan kita. So ingat itu, apa pun yang kita lakukan lillahi ta'ala. Saya pernah berdiri masa saya on call, masa saya buat masters tu, berdiri tanpa baring sekejap dalam masa 48 jam. 48 hours without sleep, without nothing. Dan saya tak tahu dari mana kekuatan itu timbul, tapi mungkin kerana perasaan sentiasa. Sebab masa tu saya on call, saya di-in-chargekan dalam pediatric ICU. So ICU patient sentiasa sahaja dalam keadaan berjaga-jaga. So masa tu pula memang terlalu sibuk. Ada patient yang dah collapse kat sini. Jadi saya sendiri tak tahu macam mana saya boleh diberi kekuatan dan tanpa rasa mengantuk. Mungkin adrenalin saya pun tinggi pada waktu itu jugalah. So to me, of course, that's positive part. Of course, the down part also, you have to give rest to your own body. Lepas tu memang, sebab kebanyakan kami lepas on call tu, the next day tu kerja balik macam biasa. So you don't get much rest. Tapi alhamdulillah sekarang kerajaan aku dah tetapkan untuk houseman and everything semua, dia ada waktu bekerja yang lebih fleksibel sikit. Tapi to me that gives me a good experience, and dia memberikan semangat saya, dia actually mengentalkan lagi emosi saya lah sebenarnya. So I feel macam hardcore lah time tu rasa macam happy, but of course at the same time waktu yang berlaku sepanjang 48 jam tu ada patient saya meninggal. So kesedihan tu datang. Pada waktu yang sama tu juga dia bagi semangat saya untuk memberi rawatan yang lebih baik kepada yang lain yang masih ada lagi. Right. So of course you have to balance that positive side and the negative side. Negative side, of course, it tolls your body juga lah. Okay, right. Just to tell you that the reason why, one of the main reasons that I joined private, pergi swasta dari government, because I needed more time. My eldest is autistic. My eldest child has autism spectrum disorder, but alhamdulillah she's doing well now. She's studying in MSU Medical Center, MSU. So she's doing like any others, but of course the beginning part. So yes, we did have a lot of struggle with it. Of course, emotionally, physically, financially, semua sekali lah. Semua sekali. Dan I needed time at that point, because being in the government memang penat lah, letih. You can't find time on your own, the on calls and all that. So that's one of the reasons that I said I need to find time for myself and for my child. So itu yang buatkan saya berhijrah. Dan actually banyak dalam penghijrahan tu, sedangkan saya memang sayang sangat nak tinggalkan. Memang kalau boleh saya tak mau tinggal government, sebab saya merasakan at that time yang saya boleh berkhidmat dengan lebih. Saya boleh membantu orang. Kalau saya berangkapan dengan orang susah, actually tak. Bila saya join di private, actually tak. Di private sendiri ramai juga orang yang susah, yang memerlukan bantuan, tetapi dengan cara kita sendiri, cara kita boleh buat sendiri. So seperti yang saya katalah, so it's actually a blessing in disguise, joining the private itself. You get your own free time, and you get to do things that you don't get to do with your child prior to that. but at the same time you expand your knowledge juga lah. Bukanlah kata okay dekat private you don't see all the cases anymore yang used to be my passion. I really love to treat cases yang mencabar sikit, tapi actually tak, it's how you handle. So dekat private I do a lot of I see children with developmental issues, autism, sebab pengalaman pun ada dekat situ. Jadi di situ pun pengalaman tu saya gunakan dengan perasaan yang saya ada tu, saya gunakan untuk handle parents dekat situ. So bagi saya dapat membantu jugalah diorang. Okay, di mana saya berada, walaupun saya di government dulu, cara bantuan saya berlainan. Di private juga, cara bantuan saya pun berlainan. Apa kan tujuan kami sama, untuk membantu anak-anak. Okay, alright. One thing's for sure is kami pun ada perasaan. Myself, my staff. Kadang-kadang my staff selalu kena. Kadang parents marah, mengamuk, tanpa selalu periksa. Apa-apa pun kita bekerja tu, walaupun kita bekerja, when we serve you, it doesn't mean that we serve you like a servant. Okay? Right, dia orang kena faham. Dia orang kena faham perasaan kami juga. Kami pun ada masa yang ada masanya perlu fahami hati kami jugalah. Okay? But at the same time, saya menghargai juga pada semua patient saya, terutamanya parents diorang yang understanding. Segelintir saja, small je lah, very small portion sajalah yang ada lah yang atau menimbulkan masalah ke apa. Tapi selebihnya alhamdulillah dia orang faham perasaan kami. Jadi dengan tu yang saya nak sampaikan kat sini sangat ialah kami pun sama, macam kami doktor pun sakit. Saya pernah tak sihat. Doktor pun sakit. Yes, you are human. You can get sick, But you put aside your sickness, you put aside your ailment, your illness. You come to treat your child. So some parents are very good. Very nice. Oh, thank you, doctor. Just giving that simple thank you was more than good enough. Right. So I think masyarakat perlu tahu juga apa juga yang kita lakukan tu di hujung tu sudahilah dengan terima kasih. Alhamdulillah. Terima kasih pada whoever who serves you. Doesn't matter orang yang bagi ambil order kita dekat kedai pun, bila dia bagi order kat kita, every time you say thank you, itu akan jadi satu kebiasaan pada kita. Nowadays I would say that everybody's asking for equal gender equality and all that. Bagi saya itu tak datang bermaksud equality, gender equality, sebab setiap orang memainkan peranan masing-masing. Jadi setiap orang yang menjadi khalifah di bumi Allah ni telah diberikan peranan masing-masing, dan peranan tu harus dilakukan dengan cara yang terbaik, dengan penuh ikhlas, right? So jadi ada kelebihan pada wanita, ada kelebihan pada lelaki. Kelebihan wanita mungkin dari segi perasaan, emosional, dan saya tak kata juga, ramai juga saya punya colleague pediatrician yang lebih lembut hatinya. A few, quite a number in fact of my colleagues yang lelaki yang lebih memahami perasaan hati dengan parents and all that. So tak ada lagi perubahan, perbezaan dari segi orang kata perbezaan ini lebih baik, lelaki lebih baik untuk yang ini, superior di bahagian ini. Tak ada apa orang kata kelebihan yang ada pada diri masing tu ditunjukkan secara sama rata dekat situ. Jadi tak ada timbul dekat sini lah kalau saya tanya kelebihan tu datang dari mana-mana, di hati dan perasaan kita sendiri. Tak harus jadi sama.